time is against you. I had this real fear. The landlord and everything were just going to say, if you don't do it by our deadline, that's it. There's a guy that's just shown up from the electricity company. They were literally here to switch the power off. You can't just open it in stages and hope that people understand what you're doing. Like, it has to be right from day one.
Everything literally toppled on top of each other.
We built the gym and that was stressful enough, but then you have to do this launch event. I had this real fear that all these contractors and the landlord and everything were just going to say, if you don't do it by our deadline, that's it. Like, we'll find somebody else. Like, you're not important. I don't want to experience that again. And I've got too far now and literally leave my job in 5 weeks' time. And it's just me, right? There's nobody else here to support me. There's no family I can go stay with. I don't think I thought about any of the realities of living in the same way that when I thought about how I finance a business, I didn't think about all the additional running costs that just go along month on month on month. Obviously, I was looking at a property in Elephant and Castle originally and got told that I lost that property, and I saw this one, which is a bit bigger, a lot more expensive, but I suddenly thought, it's right on my doorstep, it's in my community, and when I want Après to be about community, that's the best place for it to be. I now walk down the street and I know so many people. I know Terry in that shop, I know the guys that run this bar here, Bustamantis. We've helped them to put gigs on. We've had social events in there. We'll continue to do so. So it's like building that community around the place you live just makes that extra bit special. We've got members that live in here, that will pop in and have coffee. I'll see them down the high street and they live around the corner. It's really nice. They become people a lot more important to you when you're closer to them. So I got the keys on the 17th of January, which was a Friday, and the contractors were coming in on the Monday or Tuesday, I can't remember now which day they actually started, but at that point, my final paycheck, that was it. There's no more money coming in, and you've got no money behind you anymore as your buffer. You've done that, you've spent it. You gave it to the landlord. I've still got rent to pay at home, so there's still things that need to be paid. And then all things you didn't realise needed paying. So your insurance and lots of taxes that I don't know exist until this point. We've got this rent-free period that the landlord gave us here, and it was only 3 months. Most landlords give you a month per year that you're in contract, and we only got half of that. Time is against you if you don't start making money ASAP. And this is the point where I don't have an extra 200 quid. That's how tight it was. The launch date was the 8th of February. The opening date was the 10th, the Monday the 10th. And once you've put those dates out there, which you have to do, you have to work to it because you can't then suddenly change it. All the contractors were doing was building the wall that separated the gym from one of the arches and the changing rooms. That's all they were doing. The rest of it was completely down to me. Turning that arch into a gym with all the equipment and painting everything, which took a long time. The design of everything, the flooring, that was not something that I could pay for. I didn't have any more money. This section is finished. Bathroom's gone up and we've started this wall. It's very big. The third day that the contractors were here, I was at a breakfast meeting. I got a phone call from the lead contractor saying, there's a guy that's just shown up from the electricity company and he's about to cut your power off because no one's paid the bills here in over 1.5 years. I said, that's got nothing to do with me. Here's the tenancy agreement. Show him that we only took the keys 3 days ago. The stress was unreal. And that's the point at which I got so stressed and ill from doing this that I would wake up in the middle of the night with nosebleeds. And I'd never had nosebleeds in my life before. And that was worrying. I think I'm a very logical person, always have been, can think on my feet, very practical. So if there's a problem in front of me, I will find a solution for it. Figuring out all the equipment I could get at the best quality but for the lowest price, which things I could get on finance and which things I can't get on finance. I've got 12 ski ergs in there. Concept 2 do not do finance. You pay for the whole thing or you don't have them. It was like I could go to Concept 2 and get a 5% discount, or I'll have to buy them a little bit more expensive from somewhere that can do me a finance package. And that's what I had to do. If you don't get it right from day one and open in the way that you need it to be, you don't set that standard for the future. You can't just open it in stages and hope that people understand what you're doing. Like, it has to be right from day one. That's probably my own standards for myself though. It's selling the story of what Après is and what you can expect from it and why people should pay what they're going to pay to come here. Yeah, I definitely didn't help myself during that time. I was super stressed, and yet I still really wanted to go and compete in all the competitions that I did anyway. I was doing anyway, so obviously Hyrox has been my thing for the last 4 or 5 years, and then last year I did Ethics as well. And when you've hit a certain standard, you don't want to lose it, right? And in January I was pretty ill, and I mean this is my Hyrox and Ethics career. There's like all sorts in here. All the different races that I've done, 18 to date. Before I got the keys, we went and did Ethics again. That was such a great competition. We came 4th in that. And then the week after I got the keys, I had 2 Hyroxes in Manchester, so I had to go up to Manchester, and these were my only days off this year were doing Hyroxes. So did a relay and then did a pro doubles in which we came 10th. So that was pretty awesome as well. But I was just not in a place to be racing. Like, I was not fit. I had no energy. But when you've committed to something and you're training for it, this is why I do what I do, right? I love it. And even though it's painful at the time to go and do those things where you're going to push your body to even further limits and you're already not in a healthy position, but it does also bring me like enjoyment. So yeah, putting myself through that to kind of mask a bit of pain as well.
Probably takes your mind off it, because during the competitions you probably have nothing else to think about apart from getting through the frigging obstacles that are in front of you.
On the train on the way up, I was trying to find equipment. I was trying to get the equipment ordered, because if I didn't order it on that day, it wasn't going to arrive in time for opening. My mind definitely wasn't off it, apart from probably the moment I was in the race, but the rest of the time I was in Manchester, I was definitely thinking about it. And that was the last time I had like a big night out as well, and was like, this is the last time you're going to get a chance to do this. Celebrate something, because after this, it's just going to be head down working. Your ethos from the start has always been like, I just want to support. It wasn't like, and I think you've said to me a couple of times, like, it's not about supporting Après itself, it's about I'm here to support Kim. But
I think you needed more of the support for yourself rather than anything else, because your vision's great and you know it was going to hit. You've been planning this for years, right? So you knew it's going to work.
Did it seem like I was planning it for years? Because I definitely... I've had people that have been friends with me for like 15 years that weren't there to support me. And we'd known each other for about 8 months by that point. And on day one, getting those keys, you were the person in here with a paintbrush, like, what do you want me to do? What do you need me to do?
Everyone's concept of friendship is different. For me, if I say you're my friend, it's not just friend, you're family. Yeah. So if you need me there, I'm there 24/7, and that's the way I see it. I think the people who have been here for you now and still here now, those are the ones that are real friends.
Your friend Jay, who...
Yeah, that lovely sign up there.
And I'd never met Jay before. Is a friend of yours that you said, I know someone that can help with that. He just sat at work one day drawing the logo because he was excited by it. And then I came in and there's this person that I'd never met before in the archway in there making a wooden version of my logo. Jay was invaluable. That is what everyone comes in and sees. That makes this space what it is. And I know that that would have cost about nearly £1,000 to make professionally. And we had the opening in 24 hours. And we hadn't laid the floor. We hadn't drilled the rig in. And we hadn't got rid of all that rubbish.
That was stressful.
That was definitely a stressful day.
There was a lot to do.
And you were like, I'm not going home.
It had to be done.
You said, I'm going to sleep here. We built the gym, and that was stressful enough, and building the studio. But then you have to do this launch event. Hang on, but then launching an event means you need to invite people and make sure they're going to come. So trying to sell tickets to that and get people to actually attend. Then we were doing the launch party in the evening on the same day. So it was like another set of invites.
It was a huge one.
Organising like drinks for people, just things like that. They're small things, but trying to organise all that at once whilst trying to build this. So on top of you doing this work for me, then feeling guilty about the fact that I was asking you to do it, you were then on top of that, the person that when I came in so stressed and upset and that like completely overwhelmed by everything, you were then the person that literally just gave me a hug, and like you did it all the time, and like, yeah, that just meant the world.
Only because you're gonna make me go as well.
Yeah. That was so important.
I had to be there emotionally, physically, everything, and it's what you needed at that time.
Yeah.
And like I said, friends are meant to be there for you for your worst and your best times. Just like all of my friends have done, they would have done the exact same for me. So treat people like you want to be treated.
People don't realise how much, if you can't be there in person, if you don't support people just like emotionally, you don't know what they're dealing with.
Yeah.
You don't know how hard it is. You were so much more than just the guy painting walls. Yeah, I'm grateful to you.
I'm grateful for you too.
Shall we stop there?